What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another A to Z of Arc for you guys today. And today, guys, we are taking a look at the Equus. Now, guys, the Equus, if you didn't already realize, is the horse dino. Oh, not really a dino, it's kind of like a prehistoric horse. Nonetheless, this guy is found on every map. He can be a bit, not difficult, but he's kind of more an early game tame. However, to tame him, you need veggies or kibble. So it can be a little bit difficult to get that going and up and running if you've just started out on Arc, and like once you hit like level 30, you kind of don't really need these guys anymore. But nonetheless, that's not to say they don't have their uses. So what I would recommend if you do want to tame an Equus is come straight over to Ragnarok. Spawn yourself in one of the highland zones, and then you want to come to the farm. Now the farm is located right here on the map. You can see over here, it's pretty much, what, 2184, I would say, about that location. And over here, you can actually pick up Savaroot and Rock Carrot. Now, Rock Carrot is the Equus's second favorite food, first being Simple Kibble. But you can use these Rock Carrots to tame up an Equus with ease, because the Simple Kibble is only slightly better than the Rock Carrots. It'll tame it a little bit faster as well, but you can still definitely get by using just Rock Carrots. So you can generally find Equuses in the highlands on Ragnarok as well, which is where we are. So you'll find these guys normally a little bit further up from where the farm is, or like over this hill. You can generally find them roving about around on this hill. We're just trying to find a wild one without having to spawn one in, so we can actually show you guys. Although it does not look like... Oh, here we go. So there are some right here. So you can see there we've got a couple. We've got 1 and 2. So to tame them up, all you need to do is simply sneak up on them. Now, if you've got ghillie armor, that'll really help. If not, you can get by doing it the good old classic way and just sneaking up and inserting a carrot in the butt. Make sure you got the carrot or whatever taming food you are intending to use in the final slot. You can use Mijo berries and other crops, but definitely it's a big time waster and a big taming effectiveness killer. If you want to do it like that, whoop, we got a bit too close. So all you need to do, feed the carrot, and then you can press E again, and you'll actually get to ride it. And you can see here that we are now trying to tame the Equus. Now, a reason I say the highlands on Ragnarok is because there are generally not many predators over here, so you can get by with taming the Equus pretty easily. So it makes taming it up a little bit easier, because if you do come into a hostile creature and get hit by it, you will get kicked off the Equus. Your Equus's taming percentage will get reduced back down to 0, and its effectiveness will also get reduced. So it's not really worth it if you're trying to tame it in like an area with hostiles. You can use an RG to pick these guys up and take them back to a taming pen or something like that if you wanted to. But on Ragnarok in the highlands here, you're generally pretty safe, and the Equuses make for a great first tame. Whenever I start on Ragnarok, this is the first place I go to actually tame up an Equus, because they're just really good mounts. Now, once you've got this guy tamed up, you can see there we're about to tame him. Keep an eye out on the bottom right-hand corner where the effectiveness is, because it'll tell you when it wants you to feed him and calm him down. So you'll see shortly for the last effect that it'll say press E. Now you need to press this fast enough, otherwise you'll get bucked off, get dealt torpor damage, and you will lose a little bit of taming effectiveness. And you can see, just like that, we're able to tame up an Equus. Really easy tames to get, especially on Ragnarok. On the other maps, it's a little bit harder, because you have to go about getting your carrots or your kibble first, which can be a little bit tedious and a little bit time consuming and kind of lower on the list of priorities. But once you get yourself an Equus tamed up, you don't need a saddle for it, although it does have a saddle. Now, crafting the saddle at level 20 is pretty easy. Hide, fiber, stone, and wood. You do need a smithy to be crafted, to be able to craft it though, but you can get a smithy in this area alone because there are the metal nodes. Once you've got the Equus saddle crafted up, your Equus acts as a portable mortar and pestle. So you can see here we've got a bunch of, well, blueprints that we can craft. So you can make anything you can make in a mortar and pestle, you can make in an Equus's inventory. Now the Equus also has an added benefit of reducing the weight of these things in its inventory as well. For example, clay, paste, sand, and cactus sap all weigh 80% less in an Equus's inventory. It also reduces the weight of keratin by 50%. So it's definitely worth investing one of these guys if you're just starting out, because like they're really easy to get, and you can use them as the portable mortar and pestle while you're running around and stuff, getting berries and everything. Now these guys can gather berries as well. I just kind of have to find a bush. I don't think these are bushes here. This is just some pretty grass. Okay, how are there no bushes over here? That's It's not strange, but I was expecting some bushes, to be honest. But you can see you can generally find them scattered all over the highlands. There's a couple more up there, and you'll sometimes find more a little bit over that way. Let's just do this real quick. Now, another really cool ability of the Equus is that it has a buck attack. So you can see here, this is your primary attack. You can use this attack to harvest berries. I believe you can use the buck attack. No, you can't use the buck attack to harvest berries, but the Equus's primary attack does harvest berries. So, you know, easy berry gatherer. It's really a good tame to get first when you're starting out on Rag. Hands down, this is always the tame I go for first when I start out on Rag. Now, another cool ability of the Equus, like I was saying earlier, is its secondary attack, which is the buck kick. Now, this buck kick can actually be used to knock out dinos, and it's a great way to knock out dinos early level, because if you can't afford to make trank arrows or you just want to use your Equus to tank, your Equus can do so. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to probably these Pteranodons, because that is looking like all we can see. Now you can also use weapons off the back of an Equus. So for example, if you want to bowl or something, well you can, because you can do it on the back of an Equus. So you can see here we've got our bowler out. We're going to come over here to this Pteranodon. We're actually going to knock this Pteranodon out with the Equus and our bowler assistance. So, oh, don't fly off on me. Alright, let's bowler this guy. Oh wow, that was a really bad shot. Please don't fly away, sir. I'm trying to use you for a video. Oh, you bastard, you turned it. Alright, last bowler chance. If not, we're just going to spawn something in and bowl it. Alright, you know what? Bastard wants to play like that. Let's go for a raptor here. Alright, so we got a level 85 raptor here. Let's bowler it. Put these away. And now what you can do is you can actually walk up with your Equus. You can stay out of attack range and you can actually buck kick it. Now, you kind of want to tame it. You kind of want to do it 5-second intervals. Otherwise, you will most likely kill the creature. But even if you have to soak for a little bit of damage, you can do that. Sorry, 10 seconds, not 5 seconds. So you want to time your kicks by 10 seconds because that will give you the maximum amount of torpor while dealing the least amount of damage. Can you not? We're just going to stand here and tank all this because we are invincible because of creative mode. And you can actually knock out creatures. So you can see there the raptor's starting to run away. That's our clear indication that he is very high on torpor. We're going to go after him and catch him. Come here, mate. Oh, alright. That is really frustrating. Come here, you damn thing. Let's try this again. Now, the only downside is you obviously can't run while doing it. So you have to kind of stop and do it. But you can see there we've hit him a couple of times. Let's just run alongside him. Pop him in the snout again. And just like that, we've knocked out the raptor. So you can definitely go about knocking out creatures. I will generally knock out a trike or something first, or a pteranodon, once I've gotten an Equus, because it's really effective. So I apologize, guys. How I mentioned earlier that the Equus can actually, it's 10-second intervals. You just want to spam the crap out of its buck kick, because it doesn't make a. Oh, that was a cool looking raptor. It doesn't scale with seconds or anything like that. You just have to be careful that you don't obviously kill the creature before you knock it out. So, for example, we're just going to buck kick the crap out of this raptor right here. Now, this torpor effect does scale with your melee damage. So, obviously, the higher damage your Equus can do, the more torpor you will be doing. Be careful of your stamina situation, though, as well. And you can see that just like that we've knocked out a raptor. 140. That was a higher level than the last one. Plus, we knocked it out a lot quicker. So, you don't have to worry about spacing out your shots like you do with the Scorpion or like the crossbow, because you'll just do maximum torpor that scales with your melee damage. So make sure you level up melee damage on the guy. Make sure you level up a bit of stamina. This guy kind of ticks all boxes. You can use him as a traversal mount, easily get around the map. He's really good stamina reduction as well for running and stuff like that. He can jump, so you can, jump off cliffs and stuff like that. If you want to kind of get away from an area or something, just make sure you jump off at the last second to avoid taking fall damage. But yeah, Equus, one of those really good tames. Now, what we're going to do now, guys, in case you are trying to tame an Equus on like another map or something like that, what you can do, if there's plenty of hostiles or something like that around, is you can either carry it with your Raji or like a Quetzal or like a Megalosaurus and like take it to somewhere where you want to tame it. Or you can use another method and build a trap around it. Now, you can currently see here we've got a couple of them. So we've got a level 100 here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to knock this guy out. Now, you cannot knock these guys out by force. You can't tame these guys by knocking them out. What you can do, however, is knock them out. Bear with me here while we get this Equus knocked out. They don't have relatively high torpor either, so you should be able to knock them out pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to knock this guy out. This is for, like, on other maps if you're, like, worried about it. Okay, like I was saying, this is for other maps if you're worried about it getting killed or anything like that while you're trying to tame it, or like its taming effectiveness being reset or anything like that. You can try and knock it out first. It looks like we're about to kill this one though instead. We killed it. That's a rip. Plan 2. Now, you don't have to knock it out, or you can just knock your own damn Equus out in the process. I did not realize. But what you can do, you've got 30 seconds when you bowl or something to do what you want. So what you can do is you can build a trap around a creature in 30 seconds. So for example, we've got some fence foundations here. We'll just go with like some wood ones, and we'll grab some walls. So we've got some fence foundations, some walls. We're going to chuck these on our hotbar real quick so we can actually do this semi-speedy. All right, so we've got an Equus over here. Let's just bowler this guy. Obviously, it's going to get not aggressive, but it'll not like us. And what you can do is you can build a trap if you are not special like me and can get it to snap. There we go. And you can actually kind of just block it in, preventing it from getting eaten by a bunch of hostile creatures. So let's just get some walls down here real quick. And you can see there that it's pretty much stuck. So you want to leave a little bit of an open for it, for yourself, sorry, to get in. Be careful though, because it can still sort of wriggle its way through. Okay, rip, it went over the top of that wall. That went perfectly how I wanted it to. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, you finally decided to join us. Okay, let's go for round 2. We'll show you guys how to do it properly because we are special and that Equus is long gone. So find another Equus. You're our tamed one. Let's come back over here. Is there any over here? There we go. There's a couple over there. Let's go down to this one. All right, so get your bowler out, get it ready to go. Make sure you've got your building materials ready to go. Actually, you don't even need to use railings. You can actually... No, you need to use fence foundations because railings will not snap to the ground. So grab your bowler out, bowler the Equus that you're trying to tame. Let's go for round 2. Build the trap as fast as you can. It was probably our fault because we didn't get the snapping right. And sometimes with fence foundations, it can be a little bit tricky to get this snapping right. But it looks like this will do the trick. Get your walls out. Possibly go too high this time. Although I don't think it'll get out this time. Maybe from the bottom here if we let it. And obviously you can use a door frame. So once you've got the walls set up, get yourself a door frame. Just like that. And you can swap it out just like that. The Equus will not be able to get through that. And all you need to do, if it's still sort of trying to run away from you and not letting you tame it, is get out of render distance, come back, and you can come back in here and tame it. So it's angry at us. Let's get out of let's get out of render distance. Like that. All right, let's go get out of render distance. It'll get it to chill out. Obviously, you guys won't be using this, but you can like just die and respawn at the... or wherever you're spawning, get a bed or something like that, and that'll also reset it. Slight problem, I don't remember where it was. Is it over here? There it is. Okay, so this is the trap. Come back over. Get in your crouchy, sneaky sneak mode. And you can walk up to it, feed it the rock carrot, and ride it. And just like that, guys, you can build a trap. Now, it's not going to be running anywhere. It's stuck in here. So, you know, if you're worried about anything trying to get into it, like a dire wolf, literally anything that would attack an Equus, a raptor, or anything like that, you can build this trap. Obviously, you'd probably want to use stone walls to make sure that whatever it is that is attacking can't get through to you or your Equus. But yeah, this is a pretty surefire way to protect yourself while trying to tame up an Equus if you're trying to tame it up on the more difficult, not difficult maps, but the maps with more hostile things around it, like the island, scorched earth, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, but that's all there pretty much is for the Equus. Like I said, you can use an RG and carry it into a sort of similar trap. But if you don't have an RG and you're just starting out, this is a way to go. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe down below for more. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next one.